Good morning and buenos dias. I am Abu Sha'b, and welcome back for another lesson in Puerto Rican expressions. It's often been said that one language is richer than another. Like French was so rich, that's one of the reasons that it became the language of diplomacy in the 18th and 19th century. Not to mention its enormous army and empire under Napoleon. Classical Arabic is said to be such a rich language that that's one of the reasons that they don't encourage the translation of the Quran in other languages. As translators, we have to ignore all these ideas and pretend that all languages are created equal and there's no idea that you can better express in one language than the other, even though sometimes it takes a lot more words. Spanish seems to have a few more words for beauty, anger, and porks and pigs, porky pig, than English does. I wanted to point out some of them. Here we go. Beauty in standard Spanish is la belleza, que belleza, what a beauty. Beauty and the Beast, belleza y la bestia, Beauty and the Beast. Bonito is a universally recognized word for pretty, cute, pretty, somewhere around that level. Now, guapo y apuesto are two words that are only used to say handsome for males, for machos. Guapo y apuesto. Guapo in Puerto Rican slang means to get smart. Ponerse guapo, to get smart. No te pongas guapo conmigo, don't get smart with me. Ponerse guapo. Now these two words, bello y lindo, are both translated as beautiful, and they're both about the same level, beautiful. But we go above that. When we kick it up a notch and it's even more beautiful, it's hermoso or hermosa for a feminine object. Valle Hermoso is beautiful valley. It's a common name for like subdivisions and things down here. Now the top of all this, the highest point of beauty in Puerto Rican Spanish is precioso, precioso. This is precious. We often say se quedó precioso, talking about a work or something that we have done. How did it turn out? Se quedó precioso. It stayed, it remained literally, but we use it to mean that it came out or it turned out or it worked out. Precioso, precious. There's two other slang words that we use here when we're talking about the same idea that something is beautiful or perfect or very, very good, very well done. De show, it's a show, from a show. It turned out like it should be in a show, like a home show or a garden show. Or how did your flower garden turn out? De show. Show is pronounced a little bit more staccato with the sh, cho. And de magazine, magazine. Now magazine is actually Spanish, but the way we use it is kind of Spanglish. Magazine is Spanish for magazine. Revista is more common, which means a magazine that's published monthly. But magazine is also magazine. De magazine, it came out de magazine, like it came out like a magazine cover, you could say. Now anger. Anger has a lot of words in Puerto Rican Spanish and Spanish in general. I started out with no me gusta. Most people are familiar with this phrase. It means I don't like it. No me gusta. Gustar is to please. And this is literally translated as it does not please me. It does not please me. No me gusta. It is not pleasing to me. The same idea, but said with a little bit more fineness, is no me agrada. Agradar is to please you or to be appealing to you. No me agrada is I don't find it appealing. Now when we start to get a little bit bothered, yo me molesto. I'm getting bothered, I'm getting angry. This can also be used as an adjective just like this, molesto, estoy molesto contigo. I'm upset with you, I'm getting upset with you. Now here's one that's not in the dictionary. I was surprised because it's very, very frequently used here in Puerto Rico. It's me infogono, excuse me, me infagono. It's de enfogonarse. Apparently it's just a Puerto Rican word from here, but this means I'm starting to get mad. I'm starting to get mad. This is me enfado is the same thing, but this is standard Spanish, although it's not used in Puerto Rico. I've never heard it. Trastornarse is to upset, to get upset. You can use this word in anger, in talking about somebody who's upset, but it's more used like for like an upset in a water treatment plant or something like that, el trastorno, or an upset in your digestive system, un trastorno digestivo, a digestive upset. I know how to say it. This is the most common word, and it's recognized in every country. Me enojo is I'm mad, or I'm getting mad, or estoy enojado would be the adjective form, I'm mad. Now here in Puerto Rico, there's one when you're about to blow up. And this is actually a vulgar word, so I don't recommend that you use it, but just so you recognize what it means, encabronarse is I'm ready to fight. This is it. I'm ready to explode. All right, let's go over to pigs and pork. Now, there's really 4 words that we use here for the animal pig. The most common in Spanish that you'll find like in children's books is el puerco. You can see that it's related to pork in English. It all comes from the same root. El puerco is the animal, but una porquería, la porquería is a pig pen, literally, but it's anything that's inferior or or dirty, excuse me. Anything that's of really poor quality, a dirty house can be una porquería. It's also used for a product that doesn't work. It's una porquería. It's a very commonly used word all over Latin America. El cerdo. El cerdo is another word for the animal pig. Here in Puerto Rico, el cerdo is how we say pork, the meat. It's carne de cerdo, always in Puerto Rico. In other countries, such as Venezuela, the same idea is expressed with the word el cochino. Cochino here in Puerto Rico is generally applied to people, to be an unclean person or a promiscuous person, can also be un cochino. But in Venezuela, I believe it's the animal and the food when they call the meat on the plate carne de cochino. I'm not sure about that. I've never been to Venezuela, unfortunately. El lechon. Lechon, this can be applied to the animal, especially in rural areas in Puerto Rico. They'll say it's a lechon because this is a roasted pig. When you have a pig and it's roasted on an open fire, it's un lechon. And this is a traditional celebrational food. If there's a big party, Christmas, you have to have lechon. New Year's, other Puerto Rican festivals, weddings, you'll often have un lechon, roasted pork. It's delicious. It would be very difficult to be a Muslim here in Puerto Rico. Jamón, el jamón, this is a common standard Spanish word all over. Sausage is el chorizo, el chorizo. The Z is always pronounced an S in America. In Spain, it has another sound, which is like a TH. Tocino. Tocino is standard Spanish, el tocino, for bacon. Here in Puerto Rico, bacon is la tocineta, excuse me, la tocineta. And el tocino is like this white lard that's used for cooking, this white pig lard. And the word for lard, speaking of lard, is la manteca. The word for butter comes from this word. Mantequilla is the diminutive for lard. La manteca. This is also used for heroin in the street of Puerto Rican slang, heroin. Not the female hero of a movie, but the narcotic heroin. Well, I hope you learned a few words here. Thank you very much. Thank you for viewing. Have a great day.